When dealing with multiple media servers and large amounts of video file, making sure that all of your content is distributed evenly across your machines can become somewhat of a chore. This is where AI's remote folder synchronization option can come in helpful. So, what does it do? What we do is we set up a source and destination folder, and the system can monitor these folders and it can look for differences. And when it finds a difference, i.e. one file not in one particular folder, it can copy the folder across as long as you've given it permission. So let's look at setting this up. Now first what we need to do, we actually within Windows itself we need to set up a folder and then make sure it's shared across our network. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to create a new folder here. I'm going to call it send. So let's just type the name in there like so. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on the folder. I'm going to go into the properties section and onto the sharing tab. Then I'm going to click the share button. Then in this box, drop down box at the top, I'm going to choose everyone. Then I'm going to press add. And then next to everyone, I'm just going to make it so it's read and write. And then we can share that. So that is now done. Okay, so next step, we're going to go into AI, and so we can see now this is properly shared. It tells us that there. So in AI, we can do this all from the system settings. So let us go into the system settings then. Now in the system settings you'll see this long module here on the right, which is actually titled Remote Folder Synchronization. So what we do in the source, this is the folder that we're looking at, and the destination is the one that we're sending to. So it's looking at differences between the destination and the source. The idle box is the amount of seconds in between scanning. And obviously at the top you've got the enable button, so I would recommend that when you're running your show you do not have folder sync enabled, and you've got a monitor just to kind of keep you up to date with what's going on. Okay, so now that I've got my folder set up, let's get in the details. So I'm going to open the monitor as well, just so that we can see what's happening. Now I'm going to start with my empty send folder, and then I'm going to throw some files in so we can actually see it picking those files up and getting them sent over. So there are two ways you can enter the addresses. You can either use IPs or you can use machine names. So what I'm going to do in my source, I'm going to do one with an IP, and in my destination I'm going to do one with a name, just so that you've got both examples there. So a couple of slashes. So as I said, IP first, so this one is 2.0.0.33, another slash, and then the name of the folder. Now normally you might expect to put the name of the drive on there, but as the folder is shared, the system is looking at that shared information. So then in our destination, as I said, this one I'm going to use a name rather than an IP. So again we start with the two slashes. The name is case sensitive, so we have to get that in correctly. This one is called 0116, snappy name, another slash, and then the name of the folder, which I've already set on that end, and enter. So hopefully now when I press the enable remote folder sync button, we should see some information coming in. Okay, so this is looking good. So we can see that at the moment it's not seeing any differences, and that is because both folders are empty at the moment, as we can see there. So you can see it's just trying to do another scan every so often. Now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to drop one of these files into the folder like so. Boom. And then hopefully in a moment we're going to see that be registered on the left within our monitor screen. It should hopefully see that we've got a difference. So there we go. So you can see now it's actually sending that over. It's done it already. So that's 100% complete. You'll get a time here telling you roughly how long is left. So if there's multiple files working, you'll see them all going at the same time. I'm just going to throw another couple in, just so we can see it working again. There we go. So we throw those in, then hopefully in a moment we'll see up here So we can see it's scanning, it's seeing that those two files are in there now. And then it's going to do the transfer for us. There we go, so we can see that first one is complete, and it tells us it's done 2 items transferred, 0 skipped, and 0 failures. So there you are, nice and easy. You can reference multiple machines, multiple destinations, multiple source folders, and as I mentioned, remember to turn off the folder sync during your show, because there is nothing worse than your machine choking because it's suddenly transferring a load of video that you forgot about.